Hey guys, Austin here for the April 2023 Worship Catalyst update, and it's going to be a pretty low-tech video, little handheld selfie video today. Nicole's not here, but I wanted to tell you about a church plant. And a long time ago, in the year 1888, a few people got together and decided that they needed to plant a church with a vision and a mission that would reach people in their community with the gospel and have a place where they can train up disciples and send them out to make a difference in people's lives for eternity. And in 1888, these few people got together and they gave sacrificially, and they started a location in downtown in this little town where I grew up called Marble Falls, Texas. I just had a few hours here, so there were a few people there that gave sacrificially, and over time they kind of grew a little bit and called a pastor, and about 80 years later, beyond all belief, they were still alive. And in 1961, their building burned down. And they didn't stop, though. They decided to go ahead and build this facility. They built this big old church building on a totally different part of land, and then later they did this in a different part of the city. And for 140 years, more than 140 years, this church has been here making a difference in people's lives. I don't know if I have my math right, but you get it. For a long, long time, this church has been making a difference. In fact, there have been thousands and thousands and thousands of people come to faith in Jesus Christ through this church. Now, this building, they don't meet here anymore. They found another place, and another church gets an opportunity to use this space. But the reason I wanted to tell you that story is because, you know, we get to work in the beginnings of things a lot with Worship Catalyst. You know, I'm mentoring, 10 or more worship leaders anywhere from, Hawaii to Indiana to Texas to Ohio, Florida, West Africa, Uganda. And we are, with all of our team all over the place, we're helping dozens of pastors and worship leaders and churches all over the United States and other places. And every single one of these missions has a goal of providing a way to reach people with the gospel and make disciples. And that's what we're doing. And here's what it took. In 1888, it took some people that stood up and said, we will give sacrificially and make a difference to make all this happen. And that's exactly what they had to do for a long time. In 1961, when their church burnt down, they could have shut down, but they gave sacrificially. And for families that have just given and given and given of their time, given of their money, given of their expertise and their skill set to make sure that there's a place and a way for people to come to Christ in this town and to make disciples that they can send out all over the world to make a difference. I'm one of those that got sent out from this place to make a difference in the world. And so it always takes sacrificial giving. And I just want to thank you guys who are sacrificially giving and have been for a long time. Ever since we started, some of you, and some of you are newer to this, and I just want to tell you that the difference you're making is not small. And a long time from now, we're going to be able to continue to say that God is moving and making a difference in communities like this one and other ones all over the place, and hundreds, hopefully thousands and tens of thousands of communities all around the world, helping support these churches that are making a difference and providing a way for people to come to Christ and to be disciples for him. So I just want to say thank you for your giving. Thank you for your support. And just being here at this old church where I grew up in this old building, I just wanted to tell you that it takes sacrifice, and you guys are sacrificial. So thank you. If you're not a part of, supporting Worship Catalyst yet, you can do that really simply at worshipcatalyst.com/give, and you can become one of our partners that makes all of this possible. So a little quick update. We had the opportunity to go to Seattle a few weeks ago and teach there at a conference, and taught a bunch of pastors and worship leaders some things, and kind of sent them out with some tools that they could continue to make a difference in their churches. And then here in just a couple of weeks, I'm going to be going to Guatemala and hopefully adding this to the list. I'll be teaching hundreds of people a few things that we have found useful to help their churches. But the bigger goal is to walk away from that with some leaders that we can invest in for the long term, the way that we've been doing some of the leaders in West Africa. So be praying for that. Be praying for God to raise up the right leaders and for the things that we teach that would be helpful, even in their context, that they could that they could put those into practice and make a difference in the lives of the people in their communities. All right, that's what I wanted to share today. Little memory lane for you, and love you guys so much. And thanks for letting me share. God bless you guys. Thanks for sacrificially giving to the kingdom of God. See ya.